I'm Sammy McHale. I'm volunteer RPA lead for Jersey STEM. I've been using Automation Anywhere for 5 years. We've only been doing Automation Anywhere at Jersey STEM since March of this year. So I kind of have to give you a bit of context for the use cases. Jersey STEM is an all-volunteer organization, which means that we work with interns to do the teaching. We work with interns to do the RPA development. We have a number of donated systems. The beauty of donated systems is they're free. The challenge of donated systems is that there's a lot of data that is not correlated and the systems don't talk to each other. So we are using RPA to establish some communication between the systems, and we are using RPA to gather a lot of that data into a central coherent location. Ease of use. Again, we're dealing with interns doing the RPA development, and so it takes about 4 weeks to get them to advanced level certification, and within 4 weeks they're productive. So it's very user-friendly, it's very developer-friendly, along with being resilient and robust and scalable. That's the bench stakes there. As an example, we started in March. We have 4 bots in production. We have 4 more bots about to go online, which, if you know the RPA world, that's pretty quick. Automation Anywhere has helped our organization by giving us a relatively easy way to gather all the data that we need to make our purpose work. We have data from HR systems. We have data from volunteer matching systems. We have data from grants systems. And so Automation Anywhere has enabled us to put all that data together, to automate the gathering of that data, and to automate the posting of that data into usable forms. Honestly, it does such a great job. I'd have a hard time of finding a place for improvement. Right now, the only thing that I would advocate for is to make Automation Anywhere's developer environment be Mac enabled, because a lot of our graduate students are coming out of school with Macs, and everything in the Automation Anywhere world is built for Windows. Prior to implementation, processes and tasks were accomplished manually, which means getting data from, say, websites and putting them into spreadsheets, going from the spreadsheets to databases. Although we tried to automate that using other tools, was pretty onerous. Automation Anywhere allows us to make that a much simpler process. The other aspect of this is it gives the business the opportunity to see results much faster. Again, where before we were doing development work to do that automation, it would take up to 6 to 8 weeks to get actual results. With Automation Anywhere, we're getting results closer to 2, 3, 4 weeks, which makes the business real happy. When I say business, I have to remind everybody, these are all volunteers with not a whole lot of time on their hands. They're doing this along with full-time jobs. So making their lives easier with Automation Anywhere is our goal in life. The learning curve for Automation Anywhere is actually quite, I want to say, simple, in as much as, so again, the metric we're going by is I had 4 interns. I trained them they took basic training online. I did a 3-day course with them to get them the advanced training, and they were productive within 4 weeks. And they are in process of building more bots. At this stage, we may be in danger of having them run out of work because they're working so fast. So Jersey STEM is a Google shop almost entirely. So the tool sets used by the business are all in the Google ecosphere. And so the automations all have to deal with the Google ecosphere. Additionally, we have to integrate with all the donated systems, the HR systems, the volunteer match systems, the grant systems that are donated to us. So there's a lot of data traffic there, and the new endeavor for Jersey STEM is building out the data warehouse as we are gathering all that data. Integration of Automation Anywhere is the primary reason that Automation Anywhere process building is so simple. All the building blocks are handed to us. It takes away the guesswork as to what has to be connected to where, when, and how. And we get to pay more attention to the logic of the process rather than the mechanics and infrastructure of the process. To accomplish what we've done so far with the bots in production, it would take 40,000 hours of labor to get where we are today. So it's not a direct correlation of full-time experience, full-time employees, because again, they're volunteers, but that's all work that would not have gotten done because they don't have time for that kind of nitty-gritty work. Yes, Automation Anywhere has saved us a lot of time. Not so much cost, again, because everything is donated, but the way to think about this is if you have volunteers and they're giving you 2 hours a day, it is better for those 2 hours to be spent on intellectual work rather than repetitive, mundane work. That's the big bang that Automation Anywhere is giving us. We have yet to find out. We're just starting out. We have one control room, we have one bot runner, we have one attended bot runner. But I can imagine that within the next year or two, we're going to have to scale up. But I am confident that the way Automation Anywhere is architected, the scaling up is not going to be at all a problem. The Imagine event has been very informative for me and very useful for me. Informative in that I'm learning all about the generative AI that's coming down. That's been the focus. But useful in that I've made lots of connections this year. When folks find out about Jersey STEM's goal in life, they're very interested in volunteering. So I have a whole bunch of new people to talk to and that are going to help us with our future endeavors. The Imagine experience is a full-on fire hose of knowledge, but it's a lot of fun. All the presentations have been geared to keep people's attention and to be, I don't want to say entertaining in a negative term, entertaining for sure, because it's all new technology, it's a brave new world, and there's a wow factor here. I would invite, in my field, the folks that I would invite would be other volunteers, and frankly it would be very self-serving because our volunteers would then make more connections, get more people to help, but also learn about the possibilities of where we could take Jersey STEM from a data infrastructure perspective. In my career, I've used competitors, and the competitors are just fine, and they provide similar functions. What Automation Anywhere has over the competitors is ease of use, the built-in scalability, the built-in resilience, and the fact that the learning curve is significantly less onerous than any other competitor out there. Automation Anywhere has generously donated the control room and the licensing, and Zensei is a service partner that's also helping us with those costs. It's too early to tell. The return on investment is not going to be measured in dollars and cents. The return on investment is going to be measured in our ability to get to data faster. For example, if we have a base of volunteers that are out there waiting to connect with us, we can connect with them a lot faster. If there are grants to be had out there, we can get to those grants a lot faster. Again, the difference between a volunteer organization and your typical business model organization is funding has to come from outside, we have to go find it. Help comes from outside, we have to go find it. And so the return on investment is getting there quicker. Seamless. This deploying Automation Anywhere was relatively seamless. I've been using Automation Anywhere since version 10 and was a solution architect for version 10 and version 11, where it required a computer science degree to understand everything that was incorporated in a deployment. With cloud deployment, pretty much everything was done for me. The only thing I had to do is provisioning and configuration. Made life a lot easier. I was able to do it as an individual in about 2 weeks. Technical support is kind of special for us because we got a direct link through NITI and the social outreach program. I don't know for sure, but it feels like we're getting tech support a lot faster because of that connection. I've not had to use tech support at Automation Anywhere in a while because the documentation is sufficient. Automation Anywhere has been rock solid for us. We have had no issues. So I would rate Automation Anywhere a solid 9.5, and the only reason it's 9.5 is because I don't give out 10s.